So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So yeah, I didn't intend to make any more videos about the Blitz, but yeah, since I'm going to talk about it anyway, let's just take a quick look at my ranking. I went very hard early and was thinking maybe I'll go for top 50 on global, maybe. And I finished the first day when I went to sleep, 15th place on global, top 50 worldwide. But yeah, then when woke up, I saw that people were still going ham. I compared rewards and I was like, I either go for top 50 or top 500, and the difference was like 20 gems, one gold key. And the old me will probably have prioritized that gold key, but I can't play as much trash map anymore, so I don't really care about that gold key that much. So I just took it easy, fell down a lot, and then I had to play like last half hour just to ensure I stayed top 500. But yeah, I'm happy with the results. Probably won't finish like this in a Blitz for quite some time now. Alliance did okay, top 100 on the global ranking. Remember that in-app is the global ranking, and the global ranking is actually the worldwide ranking. Just Bandai stuff. But okay, that's not what this video is going to be about. If we go to global, so yeah, the thing is that cheating has always been a common occurrence in OPTC, at least on the global version. Like, cheating has been so bad before, especially in Trash Map, and back when we used to have blitzes. Like, this is the first blitz on global for a year, and yeah, basically there were some iconic cheaters that you always recognized, and basically if you, like back then in the day, I was really excited about trying to finish first in the Trash Map, but some Trash Maps you knew there was no idea to aim for that, because yeah, they were the usual suspects, and it was obvious that they were cheating when you looked at point growth and such. But yeah, basically on global it has been a reoccurring problem. I've let it go now, so I honestly don't keep track anymore. I only remember the ones from back in the day when I went hard. But what we're going to talk about now is that on the JP side, there's been some stir now. Like, I do speak Japanese, I understand Japanese, so I follow some of the big JP OPTC YouTubers. And one of them, called Snufkin, he's a great team builder, by the way, so even if you don't speak Japanese, it's worth following him just for his great teams. But he made a video yesterday asking, number one, Hawkeye to stop cheating in the future. It was like a bit of a joke video. He asked him very nicely, and he said stuff like, even if you fooled Yoshi, you aren't fooling me, stuff like that. Well, it was a fun vid. But then today he made a follow-up video where he clarified a bit more about his thoughts. Basically, Snufkin, he has been number one in previous blitzes. I think he got number one in the World Clash Blitz, which, as far as I'm aware, like, I didn't play back then, but it was like the most hyped event ever in OPTC. It was JP versus Global. Global got destroyed, obviously, and Snufkin got the overall number one. So basically, from what I interpreted, he's a bit worried that, like, the legacies of number one in blitzes is getting diminished due to reoccurring cheats, and this needs to be taken from the perspective that on JP, cheating hasn't been as big as an issue on global. On JP, cheaters have actually been dealt with properly most of the time. There's never been the same issue with cheating. So this might sound weird for us since we're so used to it, but more of a big deal there now when it started to affect them too. But yeah, in the follow-up video, he said that he's been keeping track of Hawkeye's point growth, and he concludes that it's not possible. Like, I didn't follow Hawkeye specifically, but I followed some, quotation marks, usual suspects, how they rose in rank that were close to me, And like it was clear to me too that that was an unnatural growth rate. Like I'm not going to point out any names here, and in the end, this is not an accusation video. This is more of an analysis video. So, but yeah, it was clear to me that the person I checked in was cheating, and it's a prominent old cheater, so nothing weird with that. And I want to have the caveat here. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's not like I say that because I'm salty that they played better and got more points, because I knew my team was pretty decent. It was consistent, decently fast, and I played like consistent. I just kept going for several hours. But I was okay with people gaining more points than me. That's natural. Some people just have a bit faster teams. They don't do auto battle first 2 stages. It's natural that some grow more in points. But it's still obvious when the point growth is abnormal. Like if we together have like 400k points, and then when I get to 500k, the other person is already at like 650k. No, that is not normal. Like that's just common sense. That's not possible. So yeah, I can take Snaffing's word for it that he followed Hawkeye, he saw his point growth, he saw that he often got point growths that were not natural, like they happened too fast. When it happened, it rose too much. Maybe he got like plus 5,000 points, which is not really possible. Like you either get 6,000 with an absolute almighty manual, or you get like below 3,000. There's really no in between there. So yeah, basically he's just asking Hawkeye to stop, and if not, he's asking Bandai to do an investigation, even if he doesn't have really high hopes for it. He also says he talked to other JP top rankers, and they were all convinced that Hawkeye is a cheater. That's their point of view, by the way. I don't really have an opinion of this. As said, I long since stopped caring about ranking in OPTC. I am broken in that regard. There's been a lot of disappointments in the past. I care more about what I do than what others do. But basically, so the thing with Hawkeye is that this is the second Blitz in a row he's won on JP, if I understand it right. So he won the Duffy versus Luffy Blitz. That was a JP only Blitz. It will never happen on Global. And then he won this one now. So yeah, basically they are a bit afraid of Hawkeye like always winning in the future. I do want to point out though some facts that I'm not going to go out and say that the others here are also cheaters, but you can't rule out the possibility. Like if you look at the point growth, like there's not a big difference between first and fourth. So if the first has super abnormal growth rate, then obviously the other has too. Like that's just common sense. Then if you think about it logically, like if you look here in-app, the rest of the top 5 are actually global. And if you look at the titles, they are English titles. And like I'm not sure everybody knows about this, but global does have an inherent loading lag that JP doesn't have. Like it's a big deal in Treasure Map. In Treasure Map, we're talking minutes of difference between global and JP. But yeah, in like Blitz like this, it should just be a few seconds, but we're talking a few seconds every run, and it just adds up when you play constantly and those so many runs that sure I could have seen like 1 or 2 global players in the top 5, but only 1 JP player, and the JP players are convinced he's cheating, and the rest are global. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I've also got some other information that looks highly suspicious, but I'm not here to make accusation. I just state the fact. all of these top 4 at least are pretty sus. That's just how it is. I did talk to number 5 a bit. He's a Korean. He's in the subreddit Discord server. I've talked with him too in the past. He's a good guy from what I can see. And he told me he was playing like 30 hours straight, non-stop. Runs for just 1 minute 14 seconds. I don't see it getting much faster than that. He's a Korean, so he lives close to JP's, not that those long loading times. So I'm personally convinced that number 5 is legit at least. So yeah, I do feel a bit for number 5 though, because if we feel like the other 4 are kind of suspicious, then maybe number 5 is actually the true number 1. So it kind of sucks for him. That makes me feel bad. It makes me remember the old Treasure Map days when I were going for rank 1 and such. Those were rough times, to be honest. I'm glad those are never returning. But yeah, main part of this video is that, yeah, maybe cheating will become a more bigger conversation on JP, and in the end we have to remember now that OPTC is now mainly JP driven. We won't get many global only stuff. So whatever happens to global needs to happen to JP. So stuff like cheating becoming more talked about on JP and global doing worldwide events, and people seeing that there's a lot of cheaters both from JP and global getting high ranks might actually force Bandai to take this more seriously. So yeah, we'll have to see. Like, I'm happy for the people who are honest if they get rewarded for it, but as said, personally, I don't care too much personally. But yeah, main reason I made this was because I found it interesting, because JP has obviously not had the same cheating problem, so it feels kind of nostalgic to see some of their big farmers go through the emotions I felt back in the day about cheaters. Like, in the end, like, you just have to let it go, or it eats you up. Just don't go for the ranking, just go for what you're satisfied with personally. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to. Remember, I'm not calling out anyone. I'm just making personal observations from, like, my own experience, and the only accusations I made have been quotations from Snufkin himself. So yeah, I'm not interested in any drama. That's up to you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.